What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Shoutouts here, #Gears Fitness, checking in, signing in, logging in, vlogging in. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, so this is the response to the last video that I made, and I also put up a thing on Instagram, kind of just ask me questions. So I'm going to go through all those questions that got answered on my Instagram, and yeah, so let's get right into it. So the first question comes from my man, Max Seipel. So on there, I'm not 100% sure what the question is, but it just says metabolism. So I think he wants me to talk about metabolism a little bit. So metabolism is basically the rate at which your body uses nutrients, and the main ones that we kind of track, pay attention to, is carbs, proteins, and fats. Everybody's body is going to kind of buffer and use these things at different rates based upon various things such as your lifestyle choices, how late you stay up, how often you work out, if you smoke, drink, the kind of foods that you eat, whether you're eating non-nutrient dense foods or nutrient dense foods, basically like quote-unquote good food versus bad food. And also genetics play a role in our metabolism. Now, metabolism is something that's important, so ideally you want to have a higher metabolism, which means that your body's going to be kind of like in overdrive. You're going to burn more calories just even sitting still and just kind of being alive, which is known as like your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. If you were to just sit, not move at all, your body's still going to be using energy to keep your body alive, keep your heart pumping, make sure your digestive tract working, make sure everything in the body's doing what it needs to, make sure your brain's functioning, all these things at the very base level. And then once you start moving around, additional like exercise, things like that, it's going to accumulate and add in towards like our overall energy expenditure, and that mixed with like thermic effective food and various other factors. But as far as metabolism goes, that's essentially what it is. And a couple things that you could do to boost it is work out, eat the right foods, and those are really going to be the biggest factors. It's just making good lifestyle choices, working out, and eating good foods. Those are going to be the biggest factors when it comes to metabolism. Next one we have isn't really a question. It's from Bella Estella Anu, which I'm pretty sure is like one of those fake accounts. And it just says, "Hi Joshua, I love you." Thank you. I appreciate that. Next one we got, can't read it, but it says, "Fire, I use Storyvoter, blah, blah, blah." That's like another spam one. Sweet! Then I got people trying to get me to be a brand ambassador, but I think it's like one of like those like fake accounts, so no thank you. Another one we got is from Damon Treat 3. What are your goals for this year? So as I had said in the past video, I didn't really make like a list of goals, because typically if I have like a goal in mind, something that I want to do, I set it immediately and go for it. So I don't really necessarily have goals for 2020, but one of my goals for this year definitely is going to be making more content for YouTube, putting up more videos, but also being more active and engaged on the other social media platforms such as Instagram too. So those are kind of like my goals for this year. Another one I got, Kevin Revanov just says dope with smiley face. Shout out, thanks for the love, brother. Another one I have is from, and I apologize if I mess up these names, I'm sure I'm going to, Iavazo Giuliano asked, have you ever done a contest prep? Yeah, so if you go back onto my like earlier videos on YouTube, and even if you like scroll through on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see that I've done several competitions. I competed back in like 2011, 12, I think maybe 15, 16, and 2018. I started off in men's physique, did pretty well in that, and then transitioned over to bodybuilding where I won my pro card. And yeah, so I mean, I have a lot of contest prep history on there. And maybe I'll make a video specifically talking about contest prep and everything that goes into it, and maybe even talk with a couple other people who have went through contest prep, ranging from bodybuilding, men's physique, figure, physique, and pretty much the whole realm and spectrum. That way you guys can get a taste of what all the facets come to when it comes to like physique competitions. Next one, we want to sponsor you as one of our first athletes. DM us now. I think it's another one of those fake accounts. Somebody said, like and follow, question mark. Another person just put their hand up emoji. Alicia Fitfine says, I want your quads. Please and thank you. Bye. That's very simple. Very something simple that you could do. Follow my leg routine, Alicia Fitfine, and you'll get quads just like mine. I try to help you with this. You don't want to follow my leg program. I tell you want to get quads like these. All right, everybody wants it. Now I got to do like a quad shot, so let's see if I can stand on this without breaking it. Show you guys what my quads are looking like at the moment. Try to not fall off. Bah! Not too bad, right? Not too shabby. So, you want to get my legs, you have to do my leg program, my leg workout routine, and also you got to pick the right parents because a lot of it is based on genetics. So also coupled with losing body fat so that way you have less fat for the muscle to show through. Next one we got is from, oh no, push back, is from Monica underscore Mon9. Says Joshua 100, appreciate you, thanks for the love. Hussein by Hassan, what would you teach your younger self? That is a great question. That is really actually an amazing question. What I would teach my younger self is to do more proper warm-ups and cool-downs because it's important. There are probably a lot of injuries, not like a ton, but there's definitely some minor injuries that were just kind of nagging for a while that I could have probably avoided had I done a better warm-up and also done a better cool-down to just kind of make sure my body was ready going into the workout instead of just going from cold to 100 real quick and then just shutting down and walking out and not like cooling down after doing stretches, stuff like that, which does make a huge difference with DOMS and just soreness in general. If you don't know what DOMS is, it just stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. So sometimes you work out, you won't even notice that you're sore until 2-3 days after the workout. The next day you might be fine. That second day rolls around, feels like you got hit by a freight train. So that's what DOMS is. So those are a couple things. Also, I would have said to think more about the bigger picture and not be so worried about everything. Sometimes I'd be kind of crazy in my head, and I know a lot of people get like this, like you want every single thing to be optimal, like every nutrient's got to be right on point, every food's got to be right on point, like every lift, like everything's got to be so on point, but you got to pay attention to the finer picture. And to a degree, I think that it did help because it made me push myself a little bit harder, but sometimes I think that it could have like maybe made me get a little bit too caught up in that, which is advice that I've given to some of my clients. So that's definitely some other things, and maybe I'll make a video specifically talking about this topic and come up with like a list of things because I think that's really a great question, but those are the first few things that come to my mind at this moment. Another one, some gym wear. Can you send us a DM? Probably another people want like a sponsored athlete or like one of those things or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Another one, so I got two questions that come from Krista Mogling. So, motivation on race day / competition day. So motivation, what I would say with that, it's going to come, for me personally, I get motivation from within myself, so like intrinsically, like just knowing like I want to do good, I work so hard for it, and like nobody's gonna outwork me. I'm gonna go out there and bust my ass, and I'm gonna beat everybody. But also like looking at other people and being like, have them look at me like they think that they're gonna beat me, and I'm like, are you serious? Like you didn't put in nearly the amount of work that I did. Like you weren't in the gym grinding, you weren't making sure your diet was important, like just all these other things. Like I run through this, I'm like, they'll look at me and be like, are you like they think they're gonna beat me? Like they think they can step to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like crazy. So like, but like that's just like the mindset like I've always had. Like I'm just like in my head, I'm a killer. Like I'm a dog. Like I'm gonna just go out there and I'm gonna give it my all, and like that's it. And if somebody is ever going to beat me, they're gonna like wish that they never face me again because I'm going to be the biggest pain in the ass and be like the hardest competition that they've ever had in their life. It's not gonna be some easy blow by thing. Even if they do beat me, they're going to wish that they never see me again because I'm going to go that hard. And if I get beat, it's going to be because they're better than me at something. I'm not going to get outworked. They're just genuinely better. So like if it's a basketball game, they're just better because I didn't grow up like playing basketball as one of my sports. I did football, wrestling, cross country, and track. But it's like I'm playing somebody who's been playing basketball their whole life. They're probably going to be better than me. And then especially like if they're like 6'2", 6'6", something like that, like, you know, that's just aids in the sport. They're going to beat me because they're better than me, but I'm going to be hustling and busting my ass, running around over that court, playing like the craziest D you've ever seen, and I'm just going to like give it everything that I got. So that's kind of like for that. But also, I guess, motivation and on race day, competition day is I'm a big mental person, so I like just thinking about it and like getting myself amped up and like getting the adrenaline going and just like thinking about everything and like how it's gonna go. And that's just like really what I use for motivation, honestly. And then prepping for a big race, 5K, 10K, half, etc. I would say is just going to be something. Start with a basic program. There's lots of programs you can find online to kind of get you ready. Even like I think it's like Couch to 5K or Couch to 10K, Couch to Marathon, stuff like that. And they have like a great program set up to where it's like, you know, week over week. They start you off at a slow amount, whether it's walking, and I think that they have you progress into jogging, and then they up the amount of days and the frequency and different stuff like that, so that way you're not pounding the pavement too much, and it's gonna like kind of get you ready. So there's tons of great information online to kind of like prep you for those races. My advice would be to say start out way ahead of time. So like if you know you got a race like 6 months, start as soon as you can, but don't go all out, don't crazy. You don't have to run 5, 6, 7 days a week. Start out slow and just build your body up over time, because it's very easy, especially when it comes to running. If you're not a runner or you haven't ran in a long time, it's very easy to get like shin splints, to get IT band injuries and stress fractures and all these other injuries. So just make sure that you really slowly progress into it. Make sure you're doing your warm-ups, your cool downs, and taking care of your body, because running is an impact sport and it can be very rough on the body. So just keep that in mind and make sure that you're not trying to progress too fast, and just really take your time with that. Last one isn't a question. It just says, we are a lifestyle brand from Japan. Check it out. So those are all the questions that I got so far on Instagram. I think that I had some on Facebook, so maybe I'll have to make another video where I'm responding to those. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This one is going to go up today. I'm going to keep cranking these videos out as much as possible. I got to get upstairs because I have turkey on the stove and rice in the microwave. I gotta cook it, I gotta eat it, and I'm gonna be heading to work again soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and drop them down in the comments below, or you guys can reach out via Facebook or Instagram. Those are the main platforms that I'm on as far as social media, obviously, as well as YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next video. So till next time, #Here'sFitness, boom, out. Another ab shot, shred it.